Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to today's trade recap. Let's get right into it. Today, I ended up making around $1,000, so 324 across my three alpha accounts. To be more exact, that would be $972. So that's what I made today. And let's get right into it. So coming in today, I told my Discord, by the way, I give a pre-market analysis on my Discord for free every single trading day, right? As you can see right here, all these days completely for free. You guys can join. Link in the description, completely free. But coming in today, I gave out these levels. I put this final 4 hour high as like my external final target. This internal 1 hour high is my internal target, and then if we push down, which I found it very unlikely because we were just very bullish, then this is my lower drawn liquidity. So again, let's put these please on the chart. So let's go to the 1 hour here. Markup was right here. Okay, so again, internal 1 hour high, bam. External 4 hour high, bam. Why did I target that? We were very bullish on the high time frame. We, after retracing down and respecting this gap, we wick up a very small 4 hour gap. So but we respected it super bullishly and super strongly. So I was very convinced that this at least was gonna hit, and then maybe if we got more pushes up, then I would target this final high, right? So let's just keep that in mind as we are analyzing the lower time frame. Now we know what the higher time frame is doing. So coming into the day, 9:30, we start pushing up. Okay, this is a very nice bullish pattern. Why? Because we get this leg that retraces and then we completely break above it. That's very nice to see. Okay, so we're bullish. Our high time frame bias is getting confirmed. That's nice. What do? We take out this internal high. What do I want to see here after taking out this internal high or internal 1 hour high, a higher time frame internal high? I want to see us to keep pushing past, right? If right here we start rejecting off of this, then yeah, maybe we could retrace here and then continue higher, but it's just less likely. I would much rather see this get pushed past then retrace that could happen. And that's why I took the trade, right? So once I saw like that a candle didn't wick here and I kept pushing up, it convinced me that okay, we're gonna take out this 4 hour high. Now with this 4 hour high, there was an SMT if I'm not wrong, or no, sorry, there was an SMT down here. So like this high or this high right here, Nasdaq took out, and at this point, ES hadn't taken out that high, so we had an SMT there. But because of how bullish we were, that's why it's very important to like have discretion when it comes to trading, right? Because a beginner trader would just say, "Oh, SMT, like I can't be longing." Like no, like you have to, like with experience in the markets, this is a very bullish type of day, and a day that is very clearly going up towards the external target, which is in this case a 4 hour high. So after we break past, I said, "Okay, I want to retrace." Where I want to retrace into the highest time frame that gap that has been made. In this case, it was a 3 minute, perfect right there. Let me draw it out. So that 3 minute gap, we tap into it perfectly. And what I also like about this, something very algorithmic, is that if you got this thing that I have marked out is this internal 1 hour high. As you could see, price, you could call it, what does ICT call it? A breaker block. If you guys heard ICT, a breaker block. I just call it, I don't call it anything. It's like an important zone kind of, is that price usually like it tends to respect that area when it breaks past an internal high or vice versa breaks past an internal low. It likes to revisit that zone and like algorithmically perfectly like react off of it. And I thought it was very interesting. I know some bottom tickers is like part of like a bottom ticking system or like Powell system. Obviously I don't trade that, which is very interesting to see, reacting straight off that level. And then we get this very strong candle up, disrespecting the down leg with an up leg. If you trade, IFVGs, you could call it a V-shaped recovery. It definitely was a V-shape. And also it inverts this 1 minute for value gap. So you could also take it this as like an IFVG trade. But as usual, I trade mostly just momentum and intuition. So here, my intuition, my discretion is telling me we're very obviously going here. And in terms of when, it is when we enter this 3 minute gap and get a strong reaction out of it. Perfect. So I enter right here. Put my stop loss here because realistically, if we're uptrending and we do want to take out this high, there is no reason for price to return to this low and take out that low. There's no reason for that, especially after this very strong candle, which also inverses 1 minute gap. Perfect. So right here, bam, TP right there. And then we take out. I usually like breaking even at internal highs. I didn't break it even at the internal high here, just because the very quick break even doesn't leave the trade room to breathe. And I was still very confident in this playing out. So where I did break even was, let me show you guys how I was moving my stop loss throughout the trade, right? So when we retrace here, there was a 30-second fair value gap here. I'm not gonna go to 30 seconds, this is making me like go back and all that. But we had a 30-second here, retrace into that, and then push up. Okay, after that push up, again, when you're uptrending, lows don't get taken out. Lows, you push after taking out an equilibrium of a range or a fair value gap, you keep pushing up and you never really take out the lows in an uptrend, right? So in a clear uptrend, like the one I was expecting from this trade, lows shouldn't get taken out. So my first stop loss was here. Once you got this candle reaction, I move my stop loss where? Right here, because that low shouldn't be taken out. Next, where do I actually go fully break even, right? So here I took off some risk, but where do I fully go break even? When this internal high gets taken. Why is that? Because again, if we're uptrending, we are breaking past highs every single time we get a leg up. So right here, we push down. Once we get a leg up, we should break past this high. If we respect the high and wick down, there's a way less likelihood of the trade actually playing out to the drawn liquidity. So once we take out this high with a strong candle, I break even right there. Bam, that was my break even, and then let the trade run, and we get this super strong candle and just an amazing delivery and amazing trade. I didn't go full risk on this because, you know, end of December, this is probably my last trading day, so just went for a little casual winning day on alpha. Yeah, I didn't take anything on my top steps, and that was the whole day, right? It's just reading price action, having good stop loss management, I guess. But yeah, that was about it, guys. What are we doing now? Yeah, now we're just like, you know, once we took out, like, as you could tell, when we took out this important draw on liquidity, we started like kind of chopping and not having super clear price action. That's what happens when we take on a strong draw on liquidity. I did keep in mind this 4-hour high because it could have gone a hit if we kept pushing up. But once we start hitting this, let me drop some sauce for you guys. Once we hit this 4-hour high right here, once we hit this 4-hour high and then we start chopping like this, that's a key indicator that like the day is over. You know, like the drawn liquidity was taken. Like, you know, you should be getting off the charts, right? This is how you know the final target for the day was taken, right? If right here we keep pushing and we get like our reachers and then a super strong candle up, then you can say, okay, maybe we're gonna actually take out the 4-hour high. But once price starts stalling and being indecisive and kind of choppy after taking out a strong drawn liquidity, that is how you can accurately define that drawn liquidity as the drawn liquidity for the day and as the ultimate target, and price isn't gonna move more from there. Sometimes it happens as early as like right here at 9:43, right? So literally finished the day in less than 13 minutes. You know, got on the charts 9:30, finished at 9:43. So very nice. Made 1K today. Good day to finish off the week and possibly finish up the year, right? So again, join my Discord. I give literally trade recaps every day here, everywhere, whether I trade, don't trade, win, lose, break even, whatever. Pre-market analysis. You know, this is all for free every single day. Look at this. Every single day, I give out where I think price is gonna go, and my thoughts coming into the morning, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, guys, if you want to learn from me, all the information is also on my Discord, so definitely join it. Follow me on TikTok, Instagram, Hirsch Trades on everything. Sub to my YouTube. I post these every single time I take a trade, whether I win, lose, break even. And yeah, that's about it. Yeah, I'll see you guys next time I take a trade. Peace.